Hey y'all, Wheezy here from Wheezy's Bitchin' Kitchen, and today I'm going to be improvising a recipe. Yeah, that's what I do. I go online, I look for a recipe, and then I change it. Don't you? I do that a lot. I try to stick to the version, but sometimes I like to improvise, like maybe different sugars, or maybe add some protein powder instead of sugar or with sugar. Other things like putting yogurt in, make sure it's like full fat Greek yogurt. Adding almond flour, or at least a little bit of what the required flour is with a little bit of almond, because sometimes the texture changes and I find the muffins don't turn out. So yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that. So far, oh, it's a banana. Sorry, I didn't tell you kind of the muffins I was making. Okay, so it's gonna be a banana chocolate chip. Why not? Okay, so far I got 2 mashed bananas and I need half a cup of Greek yogurt, so I'm going to add that. So this is how I do it. So I don't have my half a cup measuring cup, and I haven't had it for a long time, since my kids were little wee. So I eyeball it, Okay, so this is 3/4. I need a half, so I know it's less, 1/4 less. So I eyeball it. This is about a 1/4 cup. And here we go. And that's how we do it. That's how Wheezy's Bitchin' Kitchen rolls, okay? No questions asked here. No judging. Just go with the flow. Make it work for you. I'm just gonna mash this together. I've never put yogurt in with the bananas before. This is new to me. So stir that up, and then what do we need here? And it's a 1-bowl recipe. I forgot to mention that. How cool is that? Who doesn't like not doing dishes? I don't. I don't like doing dishes. I do not like doing dishes. I'm having one of those days today. Now, what is this from? Pickle in. Probably from the pickles. Sorry, just gotta wipe this off my hands. All right, so I'm gonna check the recipe, see where we're going here with this. Just a second. Now I'm supposed to drizzle a 1/3 cup of coconut oil melted, but I'm just a little shy because I find when you put coconut oil in a recipe, it makes it too moist sometimes, and the coconut oil gets to the bottom, it saturates there, and then you got an oily bottom. I don't know how many times that's happened to me. I've tried different ways of blending it. This is the first, again, putting this in here. Maybe this will help keep it together. The other thing is, one of the sugars I was telling you before, Lucoma powder, is it's nice because it is a natural sweetener, but it's not sweet like sugar. And like I said, it's a low glycemic index alternative. And I'm also going to add, I have some xylitol in here, sugar. I usually use it to make my toothpaste, but I save some. I blend it because I find the crystals don't break down very good in the recipes, just like sometimes coconut sugar. The crystals stay raw, and you get a crunch once in a while. So I just put it through my one of my little blenders, like a coffee blender, grinder, sorry. And yeah, make it a nice fine powder, and it breaks down a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to use this organic coconut sugar that I have. I had to break it down a little bit because sometimes it tends to clump. And it calls for a half a cup, but I'm not going to use a half a cup because it's now my recipe. I'm modifying it. But I'm going to add the lucuma, which, like I said, has a hint of maple and caramels. And this is a half teaspoon. So I'm going to add 2 of those. I didn't want to dirty a teaspoon. So. All right. So I'm going to give that a little stir. And, oh, yeah, the xylitol. Let's do the xylitol as well. What are we at? Let's see. Just less than 1/3. So, and this is very sweet. And the other thing I'm going to add is protein powder, which also has like stevia in it, so it does have a natural sweetener. And I find with the bananas, it's gonna be sweet enough. And you know what? Look at me. I'm sweet. I don't need to add any more sweeteners. If you get too sweet, then it's gonna rot your teeth out. I was having a shit day today, Every time I was on the computer doing something, things were panning out. I don't know, everything was just not panning out for me. So I said, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna find something that's gonna make Wheezy happy. And I thought, I got these bananas here, and I was gonna just go ahead and do this. And I thought, it's been a while since I've done a bitchin' kitchen. So I'm adding 2 of these scoops, which I believe is a tablespoon. And I thought, I'll do a bitchin' kitchen. I like to improvise. So here we go. So this is part of my sugar mixture that I'm going to be substituting. So far I've got coconut sugar, I got protein powder, I got lucuma, and I got xylitol. Hope it's not too sweet, plus the bananas. So I'm going to put that in here. And they say to fold it all in, so I'm going to wait till I get the flour in before I do any kind of folding. You know, I should have put the vanilla extract in with the liquid. They didn't say to do that. See, that's why I don't follow recipes. They miss steps, and then you're freaking figuring it out for yourself, and you wonder why, oh, well, that recipe didn't work. You're bitching online. Afraid that shit. Okay, I'm going to add the salt. How much salt do we need? A quarter. Salt, spice of life. Stick to the pink stuff. The good stuff. And make sure you double check, third party tested. Do your research. Write that down. Write that down. Okay, now, flours. We need 1.5 cups, and they call it white whole wheat flour. Yeah, I didn't make this up. It's written right there in the recipe. I mean, it sounds like something I'd make up. I'm gonna go more almond because I'm trying to cut back on carbs here and not spike my insulin. Something I'm going to be looking after these days since my last blood work. When's the last time you had your blood work done? Just saying. Okay, this is a 2-cupper, so right now I'm at 1 cup of almond. I'm going to put just a little bit of this guy. And we're going to blend it in. You know, they don't make these for left-handed people because all the writing's on this side. You kind of, you know, I got to turn the cup that way. Go this way and hold a cup like this and the handle's on this side and give it a shake, and I gotta do this every time, which is why I modify everything. Alright, get this out of the way. Okay, where did the baking soda go? I knew I was missing something. Baking soda. Half teaspoon, folks. Let's see, that's the right one, right? Yeah. Okay, one of those going in. So now I'm just going to whisk this and then I'll be right back. Let's not forget the egg that we forgot to mention. Beat it first. Oh yeah, it does say that. My bad. But they didn't say to put it in with the liquid. Now I'm fending on my own. So I put the vanilla in here. Look at this. I had to put the vanilla on one side. I'm going to put the egg on one side and kind of slowly blend it in. Because you're supposed to fold in the flour. You know what? This is a guy's recipe. Just saying. Saying nothing. Oh, let's get this shit in here too. Hang on a second. Better stir this up too, right? Because, you know, this is like a couple of different flours. And the almond is denser, which reminds me I may need some liquid in here because of the lucuma, and I've also added protein powder. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. I've added protein powder to my muffins before where that almond doesn't want to blend. They're fighting in their gluten and gluten-free. No, we're not getting together. Look, it's not blending. Anyhow, we're going to make it so. Give me a minute. We're going in. Oh, well, no wonder. Wonder no more. It was all stuck and packed in at the bottom. All right, we're going to see how this pans out. It's supposed to be 12 muffins, right? Maybe this is not the best thing to be whisking with. Here we go. Fold. I'm not supposed to whisk. Oh, making a mess. I don't know why. So it's supposed to make 12 muffins. Just fold. I need something else. I gotta switch this up. Now for the best part. Chocolate chippies. I'm gonna fold these in. Sorry about the noise. No, I did not drop all that on the floor. I did. I'm folding these in very carefully. Add some more. Look at this. The bag ripped sideways and they come out of the hole. As the day goes on, more shit is happening. Look at all these falling out of the bag. All right, I'm gonna fold these in. I'm gonna put them in the tins. We're gonna cook them up. See what we got. They're done. They look good. They turned out great. They didn't stick. I have an issue with sticking. So here we go. Delicious.